What's up, guys? My name is NTD7X, aka Bara, and I have a video for my Twitch and for YouTube as well. These are the settings I currently run in Apex and games. For now, I'm just gonna be showing Apex, and I'm just gonna go through my Nvidia control panel and give you guys all the sauce that I pretty much use for lower input delay and FPS boost. So I'm running an i9 currently with the 3070. So I'm pretty much chilling, but I still run the settings, it still works. Before that, I was still running the settings on a Ryzen 7 to Ryzen 9. Like everything still works regardless of what you do or what you upgrade. These are my personal settings. So we're going to go over and take you to Nvidia control panel. I'm going to go through my global settings first, and so this is pretty much it. We have image scaling off, ambient occlusion off, anisotropic filtering off, anti-aliasing off. I have all these off. Oh, I do have gamma correction on because, as it says, it selects. If you put it on, it improves the quality, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't so far of a drastic change on your FPS or delay. I'm gonna go ahead and keep going through. We got background application max frame rate. I personally do not use this. I use RTSS, which is Riva Tuner Statistics by Guru 3D, to cap my FPS when I play in game. Where is it? Over here. I use this pretty much. It really does help. All you gotta do is just click add, find your R5 Apex folder, and that's pretty much it. So going through, we left off at frame rate. So now we're on to CUDA GPUs. I personally leave this how it is. Then DSR, I have that off. You honestly really don't need DSR for Apex, but that's pretty much it. Keep going down over here. Latency mode. Sometimes, okay, currently right now, I'm going through off to ultra. I'm kind of jiggling with the feature currently because I feel like if you have it on ultra, it can make your game and aim feel inconsistent. So I'm currently testing that out. But I used to play on ultra, but now I play on off. I would recommend you guys playing on ultra if you guys haven't already, or on, test it out and whatnot. But that's pretty much it. For now, I'm leaving it on off. Max frame rate, once again, off. MFAA, off. GDI compatibility, leave that on auto. Your GL rendering GPU, you should leave this on your actual card instead of auto. You want that to be on your card. Going down over here, go to your power management mode, click on this, make sure it's on prefer maximum performance. Down over here, I should have had this on highest available. If you don't have it on highest available, I would recommend you changing your refresh rate for your for certain stuff to be highest available. Leave your shader cache size at driver default. I mean, this is what I have. Some people like to either go, I don't know. I really don't know. There's other videos out there, but this is currently my settings I use for Apex, so I'm just not gonna touch it. I use anisotropic sample option for your texture filtering. I leave that off. Negative LOD bias, I have that on allow. Quality, I put on high performance. Trilinear optimization on. Threaded optimization, I leave it on auto or to on to off. It depends. But these are my settings currently for global, right? Triple buffering, obviously you want it off. Vertical sync, make sure that's off. Pre-rendered frames, you can either leave it at how it is, like 1, or use the 3D application setting. I leave it at 1 personally, and that's just how it is. And then the rest is just off and auto. Now let's go to my program settings. So pretty much after you've done all your settings, you can click apply, right? But since I already have my settings, I don't really click apply. So okay, this is for Apex. This is for R5. If you don't have this, I would click on add and then search up your game. You go over here. If you really can't find it, you click browse, and then you will go ahead and take you to your R5 Apex. It should be in Steam Library, to Steam Apps, to Common, to Apex Legends. Since I have a different, I have Apex on a different drive, so I just make a new drive for it. So pretty much, so yeah, just find it, click open. It will open it here, and these are your settings. Everything's pretty much the same as global settings. so far. So we're just gonna go ahead and skim through it. And you can go ahead and pause that if you really want to. So anyways, for my resolution, I have it at 1680 by 1050. If you're doing dual PC setup, you have your capture card over here. I just do it the same. I just leave it how it is, to be honest. Um, but yeah, I just leave it at this. Highest over here. I put the highest. Simple RGB limited. You can either do full or limited. I personally like limited. That's my settings for it. These are my color settings actually. I increased my contrast. I'm pretty sure. No, I didn't. Okay, so everything's just normal. Then for your adjust desktop size and position, I leave that on your these following settings. I have it on full screen. Once you click on full screen, you can if you're messing with it, just click full screen and then click apply. Since I already have it, I don't need to. The difference in between performing scaling on display, I don't personally leave it on my GPU because I think that would just kill my FPS. But I just leave it on display. And then you set your refresh rate, etc. And yeah, these are my color settings right here. Nothing. Image settings. I don't really. I think everything's normal. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Okay. So I use full screen, 16 by 10, 1680 by 1050, and you can use other ones like 1728 or anything that fits in the 16 by 10 aspect ratio. You can also search up. I put my brightness at 70. My field of view is at 110, but I use 120 FOV in the video settings of my thing. I will be going to that shortly. Let's just go through this for now. Ability scaling, I have that disabled. The sprint shake is at minimal. I have VSync off. Nvidia Reflex, if you don't have this, because you probably don't have an Nvidia GPU or probably like the newest one. I know a lot of Nvidia GPUs that have Nvidia Reflex, so I use enabled plus boost. Personally, I find it helping me out a lot with the setting that I have turned on, but yeah. So all this stuff is off. Anti-aliasing, none. Like everything's pretty much off. Texture streaming budget, none. I personally have it to none. But I would set it to very low to low, like somewhere in this range, very low to medium. I would definitely have it like that. Like they don't recommend it, but personally I just like it how it is. Texture filtering bilinear, ambient occlusion quality disabled, low, disabled, low, disabled, low. So everything over here is just pretty much off if you think about it. Let's go to my mouse and keyboard settings. These are my settings. I play 1.5, 0.5 to 0.4. Like let's say sometimes I change my ADS to 0.4 to 0.5. I'm still messing around with my ADS. Usually I'd be playing on 0.4, but now I'm testing out 0.5. I turn off mouse accel obviously and other certain stuff. You really don't want mouse accel unless you have a very small desk mouse pad or mouse pad, my bad. Alright, we'll go through my settings currently. So these are my settings. You can pause the video if you need to. And these are my gameplay settings. Compact, button hints, you can either have that on or off. I personally it doesn't matter for me. CDF, so it's pretty much crosshair damage feedback, as you can see right here. I just have it to off. I think off will be better for you, so you don't see those little feedbacks, like the hit markers. I have it off. Damage numbers, I put it to stacking. Ping opacity or I don't really know how to like pronounce it. I leave that at faded. Obituaries, this is for your kill feed. Just on minimap rotation off. Weapon auto cycle on empty, off, hold. I put my incoming damage feedback at 3D. You can either like mess around to see which one you like best, but this is my settings. And taking damage closes death box on crafting menu. I have it off personally. Pop up. I just leave it on streamer mode. You know, this is just up to you. I literally just, it's really up to you. Leave my performance display on, and yeah, that's like pretty much half of them. I'll be going through my reticle color right now. I don't use any colorblind mode. I personally think it does not help. Unless you think it helps, then go ahead and run it. Or if you like the settings or the color of it. I'll leave my laser sight at default. My reticle, these are my settings, 255, 80216. I find this the best in when I aim, etc. Audio, I leave it at 70%, and I pretty much turn off the sound. I don't like to hear like the music when I play, or like when I'm coming out of the dropship. I think it's better to have these sound settings like this, or just tweak it to yourself. But definitely have your lobby music and music volume like off. Some people may turn the dialogue volume all the way off. I just leave it at 22%, and that's pretty much it. And yeah, let's go ahead and go to my other settings I currently have. So what you want to do is just search up saved games. It can be in your C drive, you know, it's depending on where you save the Apex Legends. Go ahead and click open. Obviously, mine's not here, so we'll go to my new volume, which is my new disk, or you know, data, or whatever you call it. So what you want to do here is you pretty much just want to find respawn. Once you hit respawn, you can go to Apex, local, and this is where you're going to see it. These are the Videoconfig settings. I'm going to go ahead and highlight that. If you want, this is what you're supposed to do. Click on uncheck read only. Read onlys are pretty factor if you wanna change some of these settings we're gonna go through. So uncheck read only, click apply, click OK, then go ahead and open your video config. Once you have opened your video config, it's simple. So these are what I have. The main ones that I really do change, obviously ours is gonna look different. I want to make sure my full screen is at 1. 1 is meaning like, yes, pretty much like full screen is on 1. Default res and height 16 by 1050. You can also go ahead and tweak that. And yeah, and then we'll go ahead and keep going through. I'm pretty sure all these are on 0, and then back buffer count, I just leave it on 1. Anti-aliasing mode, you obviously want to have this on 0. The thing is, I really change sometimes. Not sometimes. The things that I do change though are CSM. I go through CSM and put that to 0, and 0. Your new shadow settings, I have that at 0 as well. Come over here, click on File, and then you click Save. You can either minus this after you click Save, and then come over here, click Properties. You gotta highlight it, but come over here, right click it, go to Properties, and then recheck read only. So make sure this is how it is. Like, you want to like check it, and then click apply and click OK, and then you come back into it and then make sure all your settings are set. And then after we're done with the video config, you come back to Apex, click on Profile, highlight this, right click it, go to Properties, make sure uncheck it. It's very, very prone to uncheck it. Profile, and then your FOV scale, this is what I change. I change it to 1.77 instead of 1.5 or 1.55. I have it at 1.77. Personally, I like it. I play on it. That's pretty much it. And yeah. This is how it looks like on 120. Obviously, there's a very, very difference, and this is how my settings look like with like Nvidia, etc. And yeah. And then you come down over here. I personally like it because it's like a wider option, and I can pretty much see around me. I've been playing on 120 FOV in other various games. After that's done, let's go ahead and search up graphic settings. Once you go to your graphic settings, and you have you can see this. Okay, I have this on. This really does help a lot. I have that on, and this is what you're gonna do. Graphics performance preference. You come over here, make sure that's on desktop app, and then you go ahead, search through, find R5 Apex, click on it, and add it. Right. Once you add it, you click on options, and then you do high performance as well. I do this even though I have a 3070 and an i9. I still do it regardless. I'm still gonna add it because why not? You can do this with any other games. You can do this Valorant. You can do it literally with any other games. This is like what I have. And after that, you can go over here, go to Task Manager. Then you go to your startup. These are my startups personally. And what I do pretty much, let's say this is like under startup. It's for like when you boost your, like turn on your PC and stuff. And mine is 18.5, which is not bad. It's kind of terrible in my opinion, but like I don't really care about it. If you guys also want to see this, then here you guys go. So pretty much, let's say this is NZX TCAM is high. You come over here and you click disable because you don't want the startup impact to be all high. All you gotta do if you want to like see which one's like the highest one, I would just like click startup impact right here and then just keep going through them. And also make sure for you guys' performance. Let's say, for example, your memory. Make sure it's at your correct speed for your RAM. That too as well. Check if all your temps are good. Usually that's like what I do and stuff like that. And same with their CPU. You can see the name over here. Make sure everything's all good, etc., etc. My Steam auto exec. You go to click on properties and you pretty much this is the auto exec -dev. Pretty much like when you start up the game, you don't need that whole cutscene or of the EA, etc. I still obviously cap it through Apex Legends. Regarding like going back to my RTSS, I go through FPS _ max 180 and -high -full screen. You obviously want it in full screen, and you obviously want it at high. So these are my settings like this. After that, you pretty much just want to turn off like apps like Spotify, Discord, Google. There's a thing, literally just search up in Google Hardware Excel in your settings, and Discord, it should be in your settings as well. And if you go through Steam, you go to interface, click on this top left, go to settings, and then this is what I have these settings as. Just pretty much turn everything off and enable GPU accelerated rendering and web videos. I don't really touch that. I just leave it how it is. Okay. While we're out of Apex, you can also tweak your power and sleep. So you're going to search up power and sleep settings. And pretty much once you search up your power and sleep settings, just, make sure your when plugged in, turn off. I have it on never. And related settings, you can go to additional power settings, come over here, and for me, I use Atom X's tweaking utility power plan, but it's literally the exact same as what I'm going to show you. You can use these settings. Turn off display, put it on never, change advanced power settings. These are the power plan stuff. I'll go through each in one, okay? So open up hard disk. I have this on never, Internet Explorer, maximum performance, slideshow, paused, wireless adapting settings. I put on maximum performance, sleep. I have it on never. Same with allow wake timers, disabled. USB settings, disabled. PCI Express, link state power management off, and power process power management. Just go ahead and make sure each one. Make sure this is all how it is. 100%, 100% active, 100%. Display, have it on never. Multimedia settings, go through each one. And prevent idling to sleep. Video playback, performance bias, optimize video quality. That's how I have it. And then you click apply, etc., etc. Save changes. And yeah, you can do that as well. There's also, I think I pretty much missed like tell me about more power plans. If you have other power plans right over here, you can click on maximum performance. If you don't see it, there should be like a show more option, or like a little like this. this little line that runs down here, and you can find maximum or ultimate performance plan, etc., etc. Do that as well. And then what I do, say I turn all of these off, like all of this stuff off. Okay, let's go to your Xbox game bar. I have this off. I would turn this off personally. Game mode, I have it off. I do not like game mode on personally. It does not help me. And turn off. You don't need captures unless you're running like GeForce Experience, or if you stream OBS replay buffer. Turn this off, and yeah. Apps, go and open. Once you open background apps, make sure just to click let apps run in the background. You obviously don't want this. Turn this off. That's what I have it at. And then yeah,